Hey everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Dinner with the Charleses, where cooking is made simple. Today we are doing yet another simple meal that is great when you want something a little fancy, but still something that's easy enough to cook on a weeknight. So let's jump right in. So right here I have some onions and some garlic sauteing, and to that I am going to add some spinach. So what I am starting to build is, I didn't even tell you guys, I'm sorry. I am making spinach stuffed chicken with potatoes and Brussels sprouts. So really delicious, really simple, so good. I don't know if you guys know or have caught on, but I love anything that has cheese in it. And this spinach cheese mixture is gonna be delicious, all right? So I'm going to go ahead and empty that bag in there. We're going to start, obviously, with the spinach mixture. So, again, you guys already know spinach. It looks like a whole lot in the pan, but as soon as it hits the heat, it starts to wilt down, right? So this is already starting to wilt down. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and just add the second bag. The good thing about this is that if I make too much, you can always turn this into a dip. So versatile. Again, I love me a versatile meal, okay? Versatile. All right, so I'm going to put all of this in here, and then I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. So this started to wilt down a little bit, and I didn't tell you guys this, but a little tip, if you get bag spinach, you can always just go ahead and put that in the freezer. That's what I did with the bags over here, just because I didn't want it to start to wilt and I wasn't sure when I was going to cook it from the time that I purchased it. So that's a little tip, always extremely helpful. So let's get back into this mixture. So we have just the onions and the garlic and the spinach, and I'm going to go ahead and add some black pepper. Then I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of adobo. Just a little bit, because again, with any cheese mixture, the cheese is salty, so you don't want to go in with the salt. I'm going to go in with some garlic. This is one of those things you can put as much as you want, and I love me the taste of garlic, so I like to put a good bit in there. And then this is no salt seasoning. Add that in too. And now I'm just going to go ahead and continue to saute it. This is coming together really quickly. I'm telling you guys, this is such a simple dish. So right as I'm sauteing it, I actually think I'm going to go ahead and just add the cheese one time, right? So here I have 4 ounces of cheese, of cream cheese. I really like to use the whipped cream cheese also, but I didn't see it. So this is what we're going to use. 4 ounces of that. And then I have some sharp cheddar because I don't know who does cheddar if it's not sharp. I just feel like sharp cheddar, that taste, it just packs a punch. So I'm going to go ahead, add this in, and continue to stir this until everything is melted together. All right, so this is all melted and delicious. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take off, I already took it off. I'm going to take off the heat, and I'm going to put this to the side to cool down. And then we're going to move over to the roasted vegetables. So I have some potatoes here. These are some small potatoes. And I also have some Brussels sprouts. And I'm trying to cut them all around the same size. So I just did it. I just cut the stem off, and after that I'm just cutting it in half, and then I have those there. This is a little bigger, so I'm going to cut it in 4s, and that is literally the prep for that. For the potatoes, similar thing. I'm going to just cut this one in half. You kind of just have to eye it based on the size. So these ones, there are a few of them that I didn't cut because I want to show you. You literally just cut in half, because you want them all to cook at the same pace, okay? So that's basically everything. And right here, I have my potatoes. I have my Brussels sprouts. Now let's move on. All right, so I have 2 roasting pans here. I like to line my pans with foil because it just makes for easier cleanup. And what I'm going to do here is I am going to divide half of the Brussels sprouts in one pan and then the other half in the other. And I'm going to do the same thing with the potatoes. Half in one pan and then half in the other. And guys, let me tell you, it literally gets no simpler than this. What we're gonna do next is we're going to go ahead with some seasonings. And I like to do just basic seasoning. So I go with my same, we got the same crew over here, okay? So black pepper, and then some adobo, some garlic powder, and some no salt seasoning. And guys, what I love most about a meal like this, anytime you roast anything, it really is this simple. You season it however you want to, you pop it in the oven, and that's it. And with the chicken, even if you didn't want to do an involved recipe where you're, doing the spinach and all of that stuff, you can do this with regular chicken breast. But listen, if you can spruce it up a little bit, why not spruce it up a little bit? You feel me? All right, I think I put everything. I just got to put some extra black powder here. And this is actually also a really good meal to make if you're hosting someone. I know it's Corona time, but if you're hosting, let's say even your own family, somebody, your parents or your sisters, something like that, your siblings, perfect meal. It tastes like it's very involved, but it's not at all. So now I'm just going ahead and putting some olive oil, and I'm being fairly generous on the Brussels and the potatoes. And I'm gonna go ahead, use my hands and mix it up. Don't be afraid to get a little messy in the kitchen. It's the easiest way to do stuff, right? So I'm gonna go ahead, mix up both of them. And then we are gonna hop to the next step. And guys, just an FYI, I know you don't see the spinach here anymore. It's because I put it in the fridge, okay? I needed it to cool down, and I'm just like, listen, there's a little shortcut. I just went ahead and put it in the fridge. But this meal, like many of the others that I cook, you can do some of these steps, even this, beforehand, okay? So now I'm gonna go ahead and get the spinach, and we are gonna ensemble. We're gonna put together our chicken breast. Okay, now we have the chicken. So come on and look at it now. This is chicken that has been cleaned and seasoned and also cut, right? So, and what I simply did was I took a piece of chicken, I cut it down the middle, not all the way down, just enough to be able to put some stuff in it. So that's what I have here. So I'm gonna take one of them, and here goes the slot. You see that slot? And what we're gonna do, and yes, I put seasoning inside of there too because hello, we want good seasoned food. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to gently place it in and try not to let the spoon hit the chicken, right? Gently place that in, and I'm going to tuck it. So you see how like I brought this out? Tuck it in there, and once I do that, oh, that's perfect. I'm just gonna go ahead. You can use toothpicks. Let me see, I have one here. You can use, there we go. Yeah, you can use toothpicks. It goes in really easily. But I've also done this without having toothpicks. So if you don't have toothpicks, you need not worry. You can do it without. And you take that, and we're gonna put this bad boy right on top. Oh, Jesus. Yes, Lord. Let's do that one more time. Again, so simple. Really big, thick piece of delicious chicken breast. And then we're going to take some. We have a visitor. It's my son. We're going to take the spinach, and we're going to tuck it in there. Again, try not to let it touch because you just don't want to cross-contaminate. So I'm going to put a little bit more. And then I'm going to tuck it in. And you know what? For the sake of this, I'm going to show you. I'm not going to use the toothpicks with this. I probably overstuffed this for that reason. But I'm not going to show you. I'm not going to put the toothpicks in with this. I'm just going to leave it like this. And at the end, you'll see what it looks like. So I'm going to go ahead. I did 4 in total. I'm going to Go ahead, do the other two, and then I'm gonna put it in the oven for about 40 to 45 minutes, and I'll show you guys what the final product looks like. All right, so I'm gonna check to see what it's looking like. All right. These look like they could be done. This is the thickest one, so I'm actually gonna take it out and cut it just to make sure. So far, they've been in there for 45 minutes, so let me close this. Let's see what it looks like. If it's not done, I'll just put it back in for maybe another 10 minutes. I'm gonna cut the thickest part. Oh yeah, it's not done. Can you see in there? Oh, but do you see the juices? Oh my God, it's almost there. Woo! Okay, I'm gonna put it back in for another 10 minutes and we should be done. All right, guys, so I just took it out the oven. It's ready. I want to go ahead and cut into this one for you. I went and finished cutting that already, but I want to cut into this fresh for you guys. So we are just going to cut it in there. And you see that? Perfectly cooked, juicy. Oh my God. And the spinach is there like this. Phenomenal. And let me show you one of the Brussels. You can see how soft that is. Look at that, nice and soft. Potato, nice and soft. Oh my gosh, guys, this is definitely a treat. I would definitely recommend that you try this out. And if you do, go ahead and tag me at Leslie's World and use the hashtag Dinner with the Charleses. Thank you again for tuning in, and I look forward to seeing you guys next week.